All right. OBS was being OBS. The wall socket was pretty prime real estate, so I had to unplug my my gaming laptop earlier. I forgot to plug it back in when all is said and done. So now my my VOD upload has to be in 2 parts, which I always love. I don't know why this is the only computer in history I have this problem with. I never had this problem with any other computer, like where any pop-up crashes OBS just flat outright. At least other ones, I have a chance of being able to solve the problem. Like there's a chance that it won't completely kill the stream. But anytime the battery pop-up comes out, it is a 100% shut down the stream. Like it just kills it, no matter what. It's not a matter of like pressing any buttons, it's just over. All right. We're getting about like 1,000 gold if we're killing like a group. So we want to try to prioritize killing them if we can. We are going to go ahead and do scatter hit. Just because it's just going to be too miserable to like heal all this damage. There's Moose's level. We found Bolt's sword. I believe we've actually picked that up earlier in a different dungeon. I don't know why I did that. We have a single witch. That could have easily backfired. I'm glad it didn't. I'll make sure, I'm not going to be unplugging this computer for any reason, so we shouldn't have any crashes tomorrow. Especially since we'll be playing on the Analog Pocket. Almost a level for you. Okay, so we need to flesh out the left. And that is everything there is to do on this floor, so we'll go down to B3. All of the stairs are like right next to each other, it's pretty funny. But I actually need the money and license points. We are coasting on like none. There's Cena's level. 6 defense and 4 wisdom isn't bad. We gain no HP with that level, which I'm not really happy about. We have 4 shot. Let's take a look at the requirements for 4 shot. Attack everyone for 1.0 damage. Costs 32 red. we'll use 1 license point, which will put us over the threshold. So now Wayne can hit everybody. It's very, very tough because to learn some moves, you have to coordinate who's in your lineup to be able to make sure you equal, exactly or over what you need. Let's try 4-shot. Yeah! Now that's exactly what we wanted. We got an X potion drop, good for us. I just couldn't get mauled by a bunch of mages. 4-shot might be pretty valuable here for a while. Meanwhile, we'll try to keep attacking enemies that get in our way as we naturally progress through these dungeons. Okay, so this is going to be a 4-chest room. Now we have to keep in mind we might run into mimics. This hits everybody. What does it do? Okay, just outright paralyze the entire party. Okay, I will go ahead and attack with you. Ooh. All of Day's MP just got sucked out. That's a really brutal enemy to be fighting in a dungeon crawler. I will say that. Oh, and you have magic? Oh, and you just killed him outright. That probably would have killed Wayne had it hit Wayne. Poor Deckard really cannot stand up to a lot. Deckard has like so little health. We'll attack the Spectre just because... wow, they're cast. Just because I feel like they're the most likely to cast the spell that I don't like and or insta-kill us. Enemies in this game love to do that. 2 attacks. Ooh, kept going for her. I don't like that at all. We'll have her cast Strong on herself with priority. Because she has like 300-something agility. And a potion drop. 7 intelligence for Day. Why would he need that? So High Potion, Awake, Cat's Eye, and a Cat's Eye. Oh, another one. One moment. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so let's see what's down here. It's gonna be another set of 4 chests, that's for sure. High potion. High potion. High potion. Okay. Well. For like an 8-chest hidden wall dungeon floor, that was not very good. We could do without pretty much all of that. Alright, so next floor. I will say from what I did do from the ancient cave, it is clear that Runes of Lore is light years better. Light years better with its ancient cave. This ancient cave in this game is terrible. There's like no danger, there's no boss fights, there's nothing to really test you. It's just like a bunch of floors with randomly generated enemies, which is basically the whole game anyway. So there's really nothing special about it. Maybe I'll, whenever I get the item that allows me to go past floor 50, there'll be like a super boss at the end, like the giant slime that was in Lufia 2. But be that as it may, I just don't think that's worth it as an experience. I feel like the way that Lufia 2 handled it was even better than what Lufia 3 did. Hello, Death Sword. Coma. That hurt. Ooh, why did the trident do so little damage? We'll champion X this round. We just need to heal. Yeah, I think we're at the point of the game, good X potion drop, where we're gonna have to retire this shield. It was really, really good early, but it is really, really bad now, when like everybody is capable of using spells or special abilities that are just gonna decimate me if they hit. You know, I have only, you know, less than 300 max health. I cannot be taking 130 from just regular spells. And these, and to be clear, these are regular spells that are hitting a party. If it is a regular spell that is just hitting one ally, I will die. We're kind of past the point where we can tolerate that. Hikaru, welcome. How are you doing? Late start to the day. I was really, really tired, and so I ended up napping for like maybe about 70 minutes or so. It's good to see you as well. How's life been lately? Yeah, busy work. Yeah, it's not, the thing is, I can't even say that yet. I mean, it's not even, like, the work week just started. I don't even have that as an argument I can make. But for some reason, I'm just abysmally tired, and I don't know why. That's a huge level for Malphus. 10 HP. It's really good. Aima finally did get some strength. Oh, she only got strength. She got HP and Strength. That's a little rough. I was hoping for a little bit better of a distribution here, and that's gonna hit everybody for a lot. Wait, what the? Why was the witch targeted? I thought I targeted the sword. Oh well. Your job is a lot of high energy speaking with candidates. We don't say it's excellent to see your stream and unwind. Yeah, I understand that. As far as the high energy candidates, I appreciate that you're able to unwind sometimes. Sometimes I pick games that aren't really the best for unwinding. Sometimes if it's just like an RPG that is good enough to where you can just kind of turn your brain off, sometimes that's nice, but sometimes you get RPGs that are just so mind-numbing, you can't relax. And finding the perfect balance sometimes is really, really tricky, because you want to be able to relax, but you want to be invested in what you're doing. So it has to be like a happy mix between the two things. As far as high energy speaking, I suppose me advocating is also going to be that. Although I have to admit, most of my energy is going to be high during the start of the day and less high as the day continues. Which I think is part of the reason why, just in general, disability hearings are usually scheduled earlier on in the day. It's very rare I have like a 2 o'clock or a 3 o'clock. Although there was that one time it was in Harrison, Arkansas, and had a 4 p.m. hearing. I don't know who scheduled that one. I have some choice words for them. And I'll be like, choice, 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 choice. And they'll be like, what are you talking about? But no, in all seriousness, I don't know. It's very rare that I have those types of situations with a schedule like that. Thank you for the Vloppers. You're committed to finding a game that'll score above an 80 for the next redemption. You know, it's one of those things that it's hard. Because the thing is, I don't want you to think that an RPG is only good if it's an 80 for me. I know it's kind of weird because we get into like this school scoring system in our head where like a 75 is a C, a 75 is a really bad score, and it's not a bad score. It's a solid, you know, for me and for Alex, it seems to be like a pretty solid score. It's like whenever you know, like the 80 and above is where I think like a game just kind of excels to be more than just something that's solid and appreciable, and is something that I would just go out of my way to recommend to people. I'd still recommend games that are a 75, but I wouldn't say like, you gotta go out and play this game right this second. It's gonna change your life. Saber, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We are continuing the story. We're in, I guess, chapter or act 4 right now in Lufia 3. We're not able to make any more progress in the ancient cave. I had to stop at floor 50 because the game said come back when you have an item. And I'm like, okay. Wish I knew that before I wasted all the time grinding in the ancient cave thinking I was going to fight a boss or something, but apparently not yet. Could have just walked from floor to floor instead of running around and fighting, but oh well. Yeah, you'd play any RPG that's a 5, 10, or up, but your enjoyment would vary. Yeah, the other thing that's important is, like, it depends on why it's a 4 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10 for me before I make a determination about whether I'm going to drop the game or not. If it's like, if the problem is it's so mind-numbingly boring in terms of its dialogue that I just want to skip it, then I'll skip the dialogue if it means the rest of the game is fine. Like, if it's down because I think the story is bad and all of those other aspects are bad, but the gameplay itself is well enough, then I can still stick with the game without dropping it outright. But if it's like, if gameplay mechanic-wise, it's just awful, then I will, then yeah, that's where it gets tricky. That's where I have no choice, because there's no way to make it easier at that point. So, the next scheduled game's Pokemon Gold tomorrow. Pokemon Gold tomorrow. It's the first time I've ever actually played it. I don't know anything about Pokemon Gold other than, like, loading my brother's save file one time, not really having the right to delete it, which believe me, I get. That's like a big deal. You don't want to delete someone's save file on a game that only holds one save. I never had my own copy, and so consequently, I was of the mindset when I was a kid that if I don't beat a game in a series, I can't go on and play the next one. And so, like, multiple generations just passed me by before I realized this is a stupid policy. I need to play Pokemon. And so I finally went around, like, whenever Generation 6 came out, I did play Gen 6. But I skipped Gen 2, I skipped Gen 3, I skipped Gen 4, and I skipped Gen 5. And I've skipped all the remakes of any of those games in between. Of any of those, like Fire Red, Fire Green, or Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or any of those other ones. Never played it. Now the thing is, I've watched every single episode of the anime, and I will be reciting, and I can recite exactly what's happened in the anime in like mind-numbing detail, and I can use that to color what I think might happen in the game. Basically, I'm gonna have to suss out what a playthrough is going to feel like without really knowing anything that happens in the game. Yeah, I mean, gameplay has to be on top. I agree, Saber, because that's like, you know, if a game has good flow to it, even better, more than that, for me, it has to have like a logical flow. Like, I can have games that don't have the best gameplay, but if I can knock out a couple of towns or a couple of dungeons really, really fast to where it doesn't feel like it's any sweat off of my back, that's the best. That feeds into itself so much, because there's so many RPGs where it's like, you have 30 minutes of talking, and you're in a dungeon for 50 minutes, and, oh, do you want to do another 50-minute dungeon? Of course not. I don't have time to do another 50-minute dungeon, but if you keep having sections of the game that are, like, divided, you have a short dungeon, short gameplay, short dungeon, short gameplay, it just, you're all of a sudden you end up with, like, a 4 hours of gameplay when you thought you were only willing to put in 2, just because it's no sweat off your back to do another 10-minute dungeon. And that's kind of one of those reasons why, like, Ancient Roman was, like, even though it's deemed by Japan to be, like, this really horrible JRPG on the PS1, I loved it! I loved it because despite its bad gameplay, you could just pick up and play it, and it didn't slow down. The bad gameplay did not slow down your ability to play it at all, and I think that was a huge thing. Yeah, I skipped. You know what? I mean, there's so many things I don't even know about Pokemon Hikaru. Like, I don't even know if there are rivals in Gen 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't even know if it has the same formula as Gen 1. I don't think Gen 6, when I got around to 6, had, like, rivals, per se? Like, not that I remember outright, so, I mean, there's a lot I don't know. There's a lot I really don't know. I know in the anime there was Gary, I know Harrison showed up very, very late in the actual anime to be a rival for the League, but, like, there's just so much I don't know. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, overall, I don't know anything other than what's been covered on certain, like I said, just what the anime's covered. So I know that there's probably going to be Lake Rage, there's going to be the Red Gyarados, because the anime covered the Red Gyarados, and Lance was part of the Pokemon G-Men, and we're probably going to fight, like, Team Rocket in that particular location, because that was like a 1 to 2 episode, a 1 to 2 parter in Johto. So I mean, there's several things I'm expecting to see, but we'll see. Oh, it does have a rival. Welcome, Mackenzel. Okay. Okay, so we won't say who. So their existence alone is a huge spoiler, which is intriguing to me. That's interesting. That, like, even announcing, like, who's going to be the rival at the beginning of the game is a spoiler. Well, all the same, I'll know more tomorrow about who's going to be coming. But yeah, as far as, like, what's happened, like, with this stream, I've basically run around and set up warp points. I unlocked a bunch of towns by sailing my ship around. That way, when the game tells me, go here, I'll just teleport there. That just seems like to be the smartest system whenever a world map opens up, is just, if you know you have fast travel, unlock all the towns. Because undoubtedly, if you're following a guide, it's going to tell you to go here, and I'll be like, where's here? I don't know where here is. How do I get there? And I'll have to keep scrolling back, so just unlock it at the start. It just makes a ton of sense. What am I supposed to do to avoid getting ambushed here? No! Okay. Oh, okay, what got blocked here? Oh, crap is banned? Really? Yeah, Automod, I can't believe it. Was your first Pokemon game Gen 1 on free website, but you lost your save? Yeah, I remember going through that. There were some, like, Flash websites and other things online that had, like, an online emulator to be able to play it. But basically what I ended up doing was I did a lot of Gen 1 on Pokemon Stadium. Just because of the fact that you basically had the ability to, like, triple speed playthrough, which I thought was, like, so cool. I'm like, I could grind random encounters so fast, it's gonna be so awesome. And it was. There's no fake out. It was awesome to be able to play it that way. But yeah, I never played Gen 2. Never did. Other than like booting up the middle of a save file, and I have no idea where my brother was in when I played that. Oh, it did die. That is a shame. I know that in terms of the longevity, it's not, it's one of those things that is eventually, it is going to die eventually. At least it has a better battery life than my crap Saturn. Let me tell you about my crap Saturn battery. No, I think I could go on and on about that, but yeah, so but I hear that it's lasted some people like decades and decades. And they still have their data, but others have had their data completely disappear. Which is sad. Ultimately, though, I'm going to be using the analog pocket, so that should help at least with some of the data in case we need to save state just to back it up. In case something does go wrong with the saving. Okay, now we have a yellow ghost. 500 gold. You'll never guess how much that sells for. Okay, preemptive strike worked out pretty well. I'm wondering if our Amaru is basically like gets new skills as they level, because I don't remember them doing dash attack before. I don't have I have some of them that have been running tallied. I just haven't uploaded them in any sort of fashion. You are not the first person to ask me that, which tells me I need to do it. Which tells me I absolutely need to do it. I started keeping them around 2021 to 2021, 2022. I started keeping running scores. So I do need to upload it. I think I don't know if I need to use the same spreadsheet that Alex uses, but I need to do something similar. I do try to keep track of my scores. I've been bad about the ones this year. I know that what we just played, Crystal Warriors, did score a 75. That didn't surprise me much. The game was pretty much solid the whole way through. Absolutely replayable as a game, especially with there being permadeath. You know, so if you lost a character, there's an incentive to play it again and better the next time. But I do need to, next time I have downtime, like serious downtime, I need to assemble that for everybody. Because it's not only just for purposes and clarity about my scoring, it's for people who's going to come to my channel later and be like, I don't know whether to redeem this game. Has Guard played it? I have no idea if Guard's played it. Because I've been asked, understandably I've been asked because I don't have a transparent way to show people what have I played or what haven't I played. So that is a must-have on my channel, just for that purpose alone. I am going to try to find something, Google Spreadsheet, something this year to try to help utilize some sort of a system so that people can actually track what I'm playing. And I'm sorry it's taken this long. But the answer right now is kind of, but it's not online accessible. It's strictly offline right now. I started keeping track of a lot of these when I was playing like the CDI PC Engine CD. So back when I was playing Mutant Rampage Body Slam, Hulk Hogan's Tropic in Paradise, which unfortunately was a game that ended up being too broken. So I ended up watching the pack-in episodes of that, which I think they like had like 1 or 2 episodes that were in it. It's back here somewhere. Where are you? Thunder in Paradise. Yep. There's Hulk Hogan. Yeah, it was a 2-disc pack-in. But I did play the CDI for a bit. Had quite a bit of fun with it, even though it is like a really awkward system. Like, it was not meant to play games. Like, when they devised the controllers and everything else, it was clearly with the remote mindset. There's only 2 buttons. There's a lot of limitations. It's a weird piece of history, though. Especially, like, with, like, the international releases. Things that got, you know, released in English, but, like, weren't released in North America English. So, like, collecting for it has got to be a nightmare, because you have to go for, like, the North American copy, and then I think, is it Norwegian? I'm trying to remember what other country made them in English, aside from North America. It's been so long since I've collected, I don't even remember. I remember I sold, like, the last game that came out. I finally sold it in 2025. I sold it for, like, I think $350. It was like Solar Crusade is its name. I think it came out in 1998. It was the last CDI game, and I happened to grab that when I was collecting. I don't know why I bothered healing. There was a heal spot literally a couple of steps away. It is a shame when these enemies just have, like, insane agility. I'm leveled up. We'll go ahead and get the heck out. I think we've taken enough encounters. I think... How are we doing gold-wise? 43... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't need to take any more. Okay, well, this one we have no choice but to take. But yeah, so if you want to hear somebody yammer on and on and on about Pokemon Johto, and about a bunch of different factoids about the show, and about what I think happened, and like with stunning recollection, you are going to have a treat tomorrow. Because there will be a lot of yapping about, oh, this Pokemon, I remember this Pokemon from episode so-and-so. It is so strange, like, with Johto, it's clear that they wanted to do, like, a reboot, but they couldn't, like, fully commit to it. They wanted to cycle out Ash's team, but it was, like, so slow in doing it. Let me see where I need to be in terms of, like, the next part of this dungeon. I think there's a boss coming up, so we need to make sure I'm ready for that. But if you think about it, like, Charizard's Burning Ambition was, like, episode 18. That's when Liza was introduced, and Charizard stayed in Charcific Valley, so that's when the Fire Starter was rotated out. The Firing Squad was episode 31. That's when Squirtle went back to the Squirtle Squad, because Team Squirtle was, as we learned in the Orange Islands, a group of firefighters now. And they needed the leadership of a regular Squirtle. And then there's Bulbasaur. So episode 18 for Charizard, episode 31 for Squirtle. When did Bulbasaur go back to Professor Oak? The answer is episode 109. Like, Bulbasaur stuck around for basically all of Johto. I don't know why. Like, he had Chikorita and Bulbasaur, 2 grass types on his team, for, like, the entire show, for, like, no real reason. Especially since he caught Heracross so early, and Heracross went back to Professor Oak's lab in, like, in like the 30s, he actually rotated Heracross out for Squirtle, and then just never picked Heracross back up until it was the league. And so, I mean, I feel like Heracross should have been around for longer. I don't know. Would have Kerm stopped the Johto gyms if Charizard didn't get benched? Absolutely. I mean, Charizard's the only reason that Ash beat Gary. I mean, with how many, how behind Ash was by the time it got to that particular point. Only losing to Harrison's Blaziken because with the Seismic Toss that Harrison did, or that Ash did, Harrison's Blaziken cast the Flamethrower to the ground before the impact. That's the only reason that it ended up with him just having a little bit more strength than Ash's Charizard. But absolutely, I mean, but Charizard got redemption later because Charizard beat Articuno when the Battle Frontier happened. So one of the first legendaries that Charizard actually beat. But yeah, there'll be a lot of talking about Johto. There'll be tons of Johto talk tomorrow. I have lots of onions about Johto. But yeah, it's just definitely, it's one of those things that you that's definitely crossed my mind a number of times. Like, how would things have been different on the show if this happened or that happened? But I mean, one thing's for sure, I have no idea why Bulbasaur stuck around to episode 109. Absolutely no clue. I feel like the plan was to rotate them all out earlier because, like, Ash, of course, had Totodile, had Chikorita, and ended up having Cyndaquil, and then Bulbasaur just stuck around forever. And it's not like Ash, never used Bulbasaur. Like, even that one episode with that old pilot that had that Noctowl, excuse me, Bulbasaur was needed to keep the engine from falling off. And, was used almost before Bulbasaur the Ambassador. I think it was 2 episodes before Bulbasaur the Ambassador. Throwing in the Noctowl was the name of the episode. Ash had missed the ferry, so they talked to, somebody who ran the Hoot Hoot Express, except the Hoot Hoot was now a Noctowl. And the guy was, super old, and the Noctowl was super old now. And yeah, Bulbasaur, was used throughout the anime. But yeah, I'm trying to brainstorm, what will happen. Are we gonna be going in the same order of gyms that Ash did? That's kind of my big question, because there was a split before Ash got the Mineral Badge, where they're like, you can go to this town or go to this town. We're pretty much the same distance between both. And I'm not sure if there is gonna be a deviation similar to that. It's just odd. You're never gonna see a playthrough like this anywhere else because nobody else has watched every single episode of the anime and not played the games. It's just unheard of. But Johto is kind of an interesting season because of the 158 episodes that Japan got, we got 157 of them. We got pretty much the majority of what was released. So, the beach episode with James's inflatable breast, the Porygon episode in Season 1, the Dratini episode. There were a lot of episodes that were banned in Season 1 comparatively, but we got pretty much everything in Johto except the Jinx episode with the Ice Cave, which was right before Blackthorn City. They basically went to the Ice Cave to be a shortcut to Blackthorn, but of course, because of Jinx and the controversy surrounding Jinx, the episode was banned. I can't see any other reason why it would have been. It had to have been Jinx. It was because of Black Jinx. It was also because of the fact that Brock had a fever during that episode and was having various fantasies about different girls and things like that. And so of course the Black Jinx ended up kissing Brock, and I'm thinking it was also probably cut for that reason too. Just like a lot of stereotypes and things going on in that episode. I mean, I don't think it was bad, but I think it was basically banned because of just the controversy surrounding Jinx in general. But it's kind of nuts that there's only one episode that just did not make the cut. You know, especially considering like all the possibilities for censorship and everything else. It was just one episode that, you know, out of a 158 episode season that was lost. That being said, it was a pretty rushed league. It was only 6 episodes if we count the round robin prelims. The qualifiers for who gets to go to semifinals. I count that, and it was a 6-episode league. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so much lore. I mean, I may say a bunch of things that the Pokemon Johto anime taught me that might be like, yeah, we know that, and I'm just because the games go into it like in such detail. But it's very interesting because I don't like Johto as a season. I thought like Ash was so committed to not training in it. Basically shirked almost every opportunity to do meaningful training. There were all of these, like, bug catching contests, and, like, grass Pokemon contests, and Pokemon Sumo contests. Like, they had, like, 20 billion contests in the show. And it's just, like, Ash would just, like, never train for anything. Like, the Duplica episode, or Imite if you happen to like her Japanese name better, that episode where she introduced Mini Ditto, and tried to use, a Totodile's Hydro Pump, only to find out that Ash's Totodile doesn't know Hydro Pump, it only knows Water Gun. And training, wow, I would have thought that your, and her commenting, wow, I would have thought that your Totodile would have known that, you should train your Totodile better. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll train his Totodile, learn Hydro Pump. Never learned Hydro Pump. Never learned it. Never trained it. Had episodes where just absolutely would just outright not train. The only arguable single bit of training that Ash did was to control Cyndaquil's flame, because if you remember, Cyndaquil was slow to have its flame start, meaning until its flame started, it could not use any fire moves. That was the only time in like 158 episodes that any significant training was really done for anything, and so I felt like it was kind of a weak season. Just because of the fact that I really didn't think that Ash did a whole lot to kind of develop his team or his Pokemon in any sort of significant way. Characters kept making comments about, the Pokemon not being as strong as expected, and Ash just really not doing anything to kind of counteract that. Kind of my onion, though. But Johto did a ton of world building. Multiple episodes talking about how Pokemon life originated in the sea. It was done in the fossil episode. That was done in episode 47. That's also the one that introduced the runes of Alph. And we learned that Ammonite and Amistar were not extinct. Although, frankly, I think we knew that based off of Season 1. That wasn't really a big revelation. We kind of saw Aerodactyl, we saw all these other Pokemon in Season 1. But we learned it from that episode, and it was touched on again later on. Which Misty, of course, absolutely loved. She's all about water Pokemon, so that she loved that theory. But just like, the world building was solid, even though the anime itself wasn't. If that makes any sense. But I'd say it is my second to last favorite, with Black and White being the worst to me. As far as the anime. Now, I have no idea what I'm going to think about the game. That's where this gets exciting. Now, knowledge about the anime does not translate into knowledge as to how to play Pokemon well. So, I may have a rough time, we'll see. I'm gonna try to keep a guide, like, handy. Although I am planning on just going around and talking to people like a traditional RPG. But in case there's, like, places you might need to return to, I'm going to assume we're gonna have to return to New Barktown towards the end of the game, because Ash registered for the Silver Conference in New Barktown after he got all 8 badges. So I'm assuming that's what we're gonna have to do in the game. Anime 2 is like, and that's not really without precedent. In Generation 1, to get to like the actual Indigo Plateau, you had to go towards the beginning town. So I think it's kind of gonna be similar. I'm expecting it to be located towards the beginning of the game. Yeah, it's not definitely not gonna be competitive at this level, I would imagine. Anyway, I think I fought enough stuff. Let's just find the exit. Oh, okay, we can't ignore this. It's a guaranteed treasure. It's just a bomb. There's our path. So it sounds like it's a 10-floor dungeon, and there's the exit. So we are done with this dungeon. I don't know if there is a save point before any bosses. Let's just check and see how everyone's doing. You can be topped off. 309 health. We basically become a glass cannon with this build. Any additional items here? It says I should easily win. What do I look for in an RPG? Flow is big, as we already talked about. I like depth when it comes to actual battle economy. And what I mean by that is, I like steals, I like item drops, I like item tables where there's more than one possible drop or more than one possible steal. I like ways to be able to benefit from battle in terms of spoils that go beyond just you get this amount of gold. Like if there's things you can sell to turn into gold, or items that you can get that will bypass your need to spend money at stores. If it feels like you're having like an efficient use of fights and encounters and things like that, I look at that pretty favorably. That's not to say if a game does not have that, I will look at it like, you know, super negatively, but it may not be as worthwhile to me to run over and take a fight if I know that I'm not gonna be getting nearly as much out of it. Meanwhile, if I have a chance to get a really good item, I'll have an incentive to be able to do that. How far are we getting? That's a good question, Alex. It looks like we're in section 4.2 of this guide, and we're about to fight a boss. Looks like we just found a heal tile, and we found a save spot. How'd the stream go? Did you do your double final bosses? I'm assuming you did. But story's pretty low for me, Saber, as far as like what I look for in an RPG. Because, like, as mind-numbing as a story is, like, if worse comes to worse, you can just skip the text or the dialogue. I've seen so many people be like, this game is, like, has a terrible story, I'm gonna give it, like, a 3 or a 4 out of 10. And I'm like, if you skip the dialogue and hit cutscene skip, is the game 25 points better? If so, that's a weird scoring system you've got. Oh, wow, you finished within 90 minutes for both games? That's nuts. I didn't realize you were that close for both. I knew you were going to beat both. I didn't think you'd beat them that quick. It's the Ancient Dragon. Are you serious? Are we going to be able to beat it? We've got to. It almost killed a child before. You're right. If we don't do it, the town's in danger. Oh, you want Popolo PS1? I have Popolo PS2 on my shelf. I got it on, like, a... one of the conventions I had gone to years and years ago, but my Japanese PlayStation 2 needed an extra, I think, hard drive expansion that was Japan only to be able to play it. So I never ended up actually being able to do anything with it. But it's the only one I physically own within that series. Okay, so connect Sonic Racing. Okay, so that's right, you told me about the disc. I'm glad you got one that works. Group of travelers, but we're strong. Leave this to us. I ask you to just assist us. Alright, we'll do that. Okay, let's go. Alright, I don't think we've got... We could go ahead and do Bolt Attack, unless it resists Bolt, in which case I don't want to do it. We're better off just doing Drive, because we know it's going to do 1.5 damage. I could also... I'm going to actually just start with a buff. I'm going to go ahead and cast Defender to raise everyone's defense. Just because she has, like, plus 300 agility because of the cat ring. So she's going to go first no matter what happens. I'm wondering, like, is it based off of her intelligence, or is it based off of people's defense? It's based off of their innate defense. Got it. Well, that still helps. Okay, I hope we can get a crit here. We're doing insane damage. Okay. Oh, wait, those were all crits. So, because the last hit was only 99 damage. Okay, so that hurt a lot. Go tell them to go home, says come. Just shows up, it just drops from the top of the screen, I love it. We'll go ahead and drive again. We'll go ahead and have Melphis go forward and champion X to heal everybody. And we'll go ahead and go back in and scatter hit again. The steel table for this boss is not available. And I don't know if I want to waste time stealing. Bosses are... You basically have to over-level to really be in a comfortable enough position to, like, go through their entire steel table. It's like FF9. In that you can just keep stealing until you get everything. But it's also like FF9 in the sense that it is miserable to try to get everyone's steel. Because, like, some of the steals are, like, literally, like, 1 in 128 or 1 in 256 to get. Like the Orichalcum. Oh, it heals. Oh, it healed for 1085. It's kind of annoying. Go ahead and drive again. This turn we can actually deal damage, so we'll go ahead and jump slash. Unfortunately, Ima's just going to have to punch. Okay, there goes the boss. That was pretty quick and easy. Looks like our Umaro of the group just gained some good stats. The 9 HP from Melphis is huge because she is our mage. And we want her to have as much as she can. I'm our monk. Got 7 defense. Would it have rather the strength and constitution been reversed, but what can you do? You really are strong, I'm amazed. Oh, it's nothing. I'd say we were having a pretty tough time. Yeah, well, it was quite a strong enemy. Thank you guys, if Conus got hurt, I would have missed the fun. What's the fun? Conus is going to tell Karina his true feelings after his job is... Well, we knew that, he told us in town about that. If he gets hurt here, we won't be able to watch the spectacle. Are you hoping that she'll turn me down? Of course, we'll have a consolation party for you. Whatever. Good luck anyway, ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. That's kinda nice. Do you like this kind of thing, Cena? Well, yeah, I am a girl and all, you know. Then why don't you use your psychic power to see who'll be your boyfriend? I wouldn't want to. What if it tells me that there isn't anyone for me? Want me to be yours if that happens? Oh, Day, really? No way, absolutely not. What? Haha. Oh, you're all so funny. You think so? And we're just having a good old laughing time. Ima, what's wrong? No, nothing. Conus, let's get back to town. Okay, don't rush. Hey, Wayne, let's go to the town too. Alright. Alright, so I think we can just warp out. Exit the cave and go back to El Corano. Okay. So, we'll just go ahead and use escape. So that completes 4.2. We're ready to go on to 4.3. We ended up gaining about like 3 or 4 levels in that dungeon alone. I think we'll be able to be carried for a good while. Yeah, other than flow, battle economy, and loots, I do like the idea of a game like either having a hard mode or being something, having some level of difficulty to it. I either want it to have a legitimate challenge the whole way through, or have like a good efficiency to it where it's like mind-numbingly easy and like you can turn your brain off and play. So kind of polar opposites in a number of respects. It's kind of strange. If it has good music that enhances the feel of areas, that's also important to me. If it can make certain moments impactful just because you remember the music or the scenes that have happened in conjunction with that, I think it also makes a game have a lot of staying power. But I tend to like more fantasy themes rather than kind of like medieval settings. I like when allies seem to have like a good camaraderie to it. I like it when the world seems to have more of like a unified whole, rather than being like this big kind of separate experience. I like knowing that the progress is like building towards something. Even if there's like little even if there's like little mini victories that kind of culminate to some sense of progression, rather than being a bunch of disjointed towns you're running back and forth to. That was kind of one of my gripes about Dragon Quest III, is, you know, despite the fact that it was like really the progenitor of like how to do a class-based game with promotions and a lot of these other things that were there, I felt like a lot of the towns did not really have like set story triggers you needed to complete. You could just skip them outright and entirely, and I felt that it was just a very strange experience that I felt kind of numb towards. I know that like everything that the game did towards the end in terms of the twist was wonderful in the way that they executed the twist at the end, but the journey to get there, I didn't enjoy, just because I didn't really have any sense of satisfaction building up to that final pivotal section. That's whenever the satisfaction was derived, and I felt by then it was a little too late. So if there's some sense of, you have you didn't study it enough? Oh no. Is it not an RPG? Is it a visual novel? I'm trying to guess what it is before you tell me. Is it a fighting game? Oh, it's like Evolution Dreamcast. Yeah, I mean, if I were to play that immediately after playing this, I would probably be burnt out. Just because this is basically Evolution on the Dreamcast. Minus, of course, the obvious difficulty spike that this game has over Evolution, and the fact you control multiple party members, but like the core dungeon gameplay is the same. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, ultimately, I don't think it would have made too big of a difference, but GameCube was definitely dumbed down at the start, Alex. That's kind of the one thing. I think the Dreamcast version of 1 would have given you a natural challenge the whole way through, but Evolution on the GameCube only got hard when you got to the Disc 2 content. That's whenever you started to really experience any sort of pushback, so you might have gotten maybe a couple of extra points out of it if you'd done the Dreamcast. Is it worth it to go back and do the Dreamcast now at this point? Probably not. But to just kind of be a little bit of a Dreamcast advocate, I think that's the one thing you'd have going for it. Yeah, I mean, you gave it a 60. It's definitely one of those games I like, because it reminds me very, very similarly to like how I felt playing like Lunar and Grandia, because when you examined items or looked at things in people's houses, like Mag would always have something to comment. about them not liking bell peppers or some sort of an interest in okay, I thought this was gonna be a love confession. I wasn't paying attention, but then a giant freaking dragon came from this guy. I'm like, okay, I guess I better look and read what's happening here. What's going on? Roar. It's an ancient dragon. It's huge. This is not good. It must be the baby's parent. Really? This enemy is too big. Roar, roar. We'll have to do it, otherwise this town is finished. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. The guide says we're supposed to lose this battle. But you can win it. Which means I have to have a separate save state to come back and beat this later. Oh, Tails Azilia 2 will be hooked up. Okay, well, good luck with that. Yeah, so, oh boy, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, well, which is a shame, because we did not save when we got into this town. We saved when we were in the other cave, though. So, yeah. I probably want to, I don't know what this, nasty and strong attacks. Use your strongest IPs once again. Okay, I mean, that enemy with the last dragon, I want to say, nearly killed a lot of our party members just with their normal attack. This is actually really... okay, so we actually have good IP here. Yes. This is the... this is like the, what, third or fourth unwinnable fight that we're actually prepared to try to win here. I'll go ahead and try to use Drive. Melphus is going to be faster than the boss. We don't have anything that's going to party, increase magic defense, right? Oh, we do! We do! Ooh, what do I want to prioritize here? Magic resistance or... defense? I'm going to go ahead and choose magic resistance. I'm as 481 health. She has 37. She does not have enough charge gauge to do her 6 attack. We'll go ahead and attack. Just outright a single attack, but out of the 8 targets, killed one that mattered the most. That was the worst. So we chose wrong. I should have gone with defense, is basically what the game is telling me. So just outright killed our healer, which is not great. Because I have to waste a turn to bring her back. But I also have to pick a character to revive that I know is not going to die. And I'm hoping it's you. But I think Deckard should be slower than the boss. What I don't want to have happen is have her revive and then immediately die. Yeah, no worries, Saber. Good luck tomorrow. I have my hearing's not until 9, so I can probably go a bit, quite a bit longer. Thunderstorm. We increased our resist. Ooh. This is where it gets hard. Spark breath on who? Everybody. Okay. Oh, wow. Did 270s. It makes me question. Let's go ahead and load back to where we were here. There's a couple of changes I am going to make. Number one, I was hoping to avoid it, but we kind of have to do it. Number one is I'm just going to nerf my stats here to take off the Gotti's Buckler, because that's going to increase the amount of magic damage we take. We take like triple magic damage with that shield on. The game doesn't tell you that, by the way. The game does not tell you a lot of things about its equipment. And then number two is we probably want to prioritize defense increases versus magic defense. We will see, though. In any event, let's go ahead and get started. Again. Let's go ahead and drive. And we'll go ahead and use Defender, which is going to have priority. We'll go ahead and attack. Yeah. Now, if it has, I wonder if it's going to be the same order. Okay, so the bubble attack to decrease the boss's defense is nice. Nothing worthwhile to steal from this boss, just a miracle, so we're not going to try for it. I could try to cast another buff, or I can go ahead and try not to be greedy and just heal Wayne. Trick increases attack, right? Yeah. Let's try it on Ima. No, what on earth? What can I do against that? Why is the game like this? Come on. A critical hit on my healer. No, you're not allowed to do that. Okay, you're dead. That's fine. Yeah, the scatter hit just does insane damage. So she's now up. We have, like, no choice but to go stronger with priority. We're gonna drive again. What sucks about her dying is that she no longer has the defense increase. So, everyone else does. But she herself does not. Go ahead and cast stronger here. Thunderstorm. That's fine. We'll go ahead and cast Drive again. This is going a lot better. We'll cast Champion X. Try to top as many people's MP as we can here, or HP as we can. Okay. It's fine. See, the game's fine when the enemy doesn't crit. We have one over to be able to do that. We ought to keep playing this extremely safe. We've got a good thing going here. We'll keep it up. Okay. So go ahead and cast. We'll splurge and spend it on stronger. Since she was attacked, that means she did gain more SP, so we'll use a charge hit. Now, what remains to be seen is the boss going to... Is the boss going to heal, is what I was going to say. So Melphis, she died because when she got critical hit and defeated, she did not have the defense up to survive that. I think she would have tanked it with like 10 or 20 HP. But our group healer is dead, and the boss is going to go faster than any of my other remaining characters, which is worrisome. So, I could have Day try to throw... What is Day's agility compared to my own, I wonder? I'm going to try to have you go for damage. Deckard, revive. What we need to pray for is that he targets a single target. No, we need to... No. We need to do... We're going to have to use a goddess tier. And hope we get priority over the boss. Okay. Well, that was almost the worst thing in the world, because if the front row dies, we just automatically lose. This is still actually pretty bad. That critical hit destroyed us. We have pretty good RNG on everything else, but that critical, though. We can't have Wayne die no matter what. And we can't rotate dead characters out, so we need to do our best. What's good is that we still have people alive in this column, so Cena can technically take a turn. We need to revive Melphis. It's tough because I'm having to choose whether or not I revive a front row member or not, and I'm going to decline to do that with her. Day, however, is going to use revive on a front row member, and it is going to be Ima. That's fine. That's fine. This is still fine. This is still doable. We can use Champion X. The problem is Champion X is only going to heal about 170 HP, which actually means we're better off just throwing a goddess tier. We're just better off, like, using our MP for something else. The fact that Ima died, though, means that her attack increase is gone. On who? Yeah. I think that's gonna be a game over then. It sucks because, like, she has just enough. If she has the defensive, she has just enough to tank it. But if she gets a critical to the face is the only thing that would have killed her, and that's what we got. Hey, Shockstorm. We're trying to beat a fight that we're supposed to lose. Which we likely will now. This is probably going to be our last turn. Oh, just healed itself. Gross, but it does allow us to have a little bit more survivability here. Okay. So, go ahead and do a normal attack. She's gonna fully heal herself. She actually only needs to use strong. She has less than 200 HP. We'll go ahead and revive a front row unit. gotta be kidding me. You gotta stop rolling that. Oh, we beat the boss. But what did it cost us? Like every party member. Yeah, so despite literally the worst thing in the world that could have happened to Melphis, like, consistently happening to her, which is getting hit in the face with a critical hit, we beat the fourth fight in the game, either the third or fourth fight in the game we're meant to lose. And so we get an item for that. Just like the other unwinnable encounters, we get something out of it. So Dragon Scale has been dropped. What? Are you still alive? It's really strong. What are we going to do, Wayne? I don't know. What can we do? I think it's really mad. We should evacuate the townspeople. You're right. Oh wow, he's something else. Unbelievable. He defeated the dragon in a single shot. If he were to join us, we would be most powerful. Sure. Hey, thanks for saving us. Damn. Like, seconds away from marrying Katina. Conus! No, no. Hugh, what are you doing? Silence, do you wish to end up like him? Despair, fear, terror, the feeling that your fate lies in another's hands. Is it not unbearable, you weak, foolish humans? This degrading manner of speaking. Are you the third Sinistral? I am the god of terror, Daos. I knew it. What's your intention? Are you going to kill us all? We'll have to see. I may kill you tomorrow, or maybe next year. Until then, I hope you drown in terror. Ha ha ha. So that's Daos, the Sinistral of Terror, and the leader of the Sinistrals. He's insanely strong. I wouldn't have wanted him to be an enemy. I can't stop trembling. Please get a hold of yourself, Princess. I can understand your fear. I don't ever want to see him either. Yeah. You writhe in torment, my friend. Yes. Resident Evil 4. What are you saying? I want to go beat him up right now. Is your brain rotten? Look at his power. We can't win. It's not about winning or losing. He just killed Conus for no reason. He did it only to instill fear in us. I can't forgive him, so you'd forgive him if he had a reason? Drown in terror. Yeah, right, not me. Come on out and fight with me. Are you listening, you jerk? Damn it. Wayne, are you crying? Let's go look for him. The only thing we can do now is move forward. Okay. We need more people, too. Wayne, it seems the orb of light flew towards Redwood. Got it. So that's that one cave that was blocked earlier that now I'm presuming is going to be unblocked. We need to go in town and, like, heal everybody that died to that boss fight. Yeah, so this game is still, you know, continuing to impress me. The thing is, just like Runes of Lore, there is a distinct lack of transparency about what equipment does, to the point where you basically have to look up everything. And it's like, yeah, I mean, a lot of older RPGs were like that too, but you have no idea the sheer quantity of equipment this game has compared to those other games. Like, in some you might have, like, maybe, like 6 shields in the game, 6 pieces of armor. It's like, this game has, like, freaking tons of everything, and they all have unique effects, and the game doesn't tell you, and it's weird. We need to hold off on shopping here just because there's going to be a better place to shop later. Let's go ahead and... Oh, the dragon scale. What is that we just picked up? It's armor. Now, we have alum armor, so we probably don't want to equip it. But I'm assuming it's going to be the next best thing. Oh, even Day can equip it. That's interesting. So how big of a jump is this going to be? Pretty big. 100 wisdom? That's 100 magic defense. Just from slapping this on his body. I mean, do I want that on Deckard? Yeah, I mean, I guess I do. I mean, that's all about the survivability of the front row. Let me double check. Let me make sure this doesn't have a secondary thing that, like, you'll turn into a dragon and you'll kill your own party members because the game's trying to be funny. I want to see what the what the drawback is, if anything. It is an excellent armor for Wayne, the best you can get in the game. Persona 4 Revival, February 18th, 2027. Wow. Bullet, welcome! Yes, so 2027 for that. I still think we're looking at like 2028 or 2029 for 6. I think we're like a ways off from 6, just because you have to remember it was 2.5 years between the announcement of Persona 5 and when we actually got Persona 5. Like when they did the little teaser trailer and when we actually got it. Not that I'm, not that I'm in a rush to immediately play it. I'm not playing for Revival. I played Golden not that long ago. All things considered, either late 2024 or 2020. I think it was late 24 I played it, right? So I'm not in any immediate hurry to play through it again. How many fat jokes will it have? I know, right? My god, that was the worst part, wasn't it? It's just like, I used to think 4 was the best, and then I replayed 4, and I'm like, why did I think this was the best? Like, the characters confront themselves early, which, would give them the opportunity to be better and stronger characters in theory, but once they confronted themselves really early on, they, like, became joke characters. We gotta have gags, we need Kanji to dress in drag, we need all this other fun stuff to happen. It's like, we gotta make people laugh, and I'm like, okay, I guess. I would have preferred that you have did more interesting things, but I suppose that's one way to go about your RPG. So I think 3 is probably, all things together, probably my favorite. So, Mr. Cave, I think was this way, right? We need to go back to... It's gonna be a day 1 game for you. Oh, it's your favorite Persona game? Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei, I think right now with where I stand with it, Digital Devil Saga 2, I think I enjoy more than the Personas. I think 2 absolutely needs a rehaul. Like, 2 story-wise is my favorite RPG in terms of the stories of the Personas. But 4 is one of those where I've just realized, like, the sections of 4 are just painful to sit through. Like, when 4 tries to be funny in a non-natural way, it is painful to sit through. It does have some funny one-liners every now and then, and I do think mechanically it improves on things that 3 did a lot. Yeah, they were excellent games. I haven't played Nocturne in a good while. I probably should replay it at some point, but I'm probably a ways away from that. Just because it's not an immediate, I've got to go out and play it. But I am excited we did get an announcement, that at least for Persona 6. That may be a day 1 playthrough for me. Yeah, no, the PlayStation 2 era was pretty good for a lot of RPGs. In my opinion, there's so many RPGs I own that came from that era. But yeah, they released a ton of games on it, no question. They didn't have a choice, but yeah, I mean, there's so many games that have been leaked lately. I didn't realize there had been leaks behind the scenes of 6. That kind of, that I think, flew past me. Although then again, I am not on social media much. So unless it's on my YouTube Shorts or my homepage, I'm not going to know about a lot of stuff. So the guard left Redwood to block the path towards it. So I'm assuming Redwood is to the south. Unless it's to the north, I don't know. What is with his weapon only doing like 20-something damage? Time to pull open Google again? Yeah, Ima has 390. Deckard has 379, which is 11 less. Let's take a look at Trident. Lufia, the legend returns. Like, what is going on here? It says good against aquatic enemies. I don't know what that means. Does it mean it's only effective against it? In any event, it sounds like I need to take it off and give him a spear back. So he's gonna lose 60 attack, but at least he'll probably be able to hurt stuff now. I'm assuming golden. Wasn't Marie in the trailer? So it'd have to be golden, right? I think some of the reveals and things showed Marie, so it can't be the original Persona 4. Which, after experiencing the Marie content in Original 4, I could say, in Original 4 Golden, I could say I'm okay to do without Marie. I think Tay said it best, like, she's just the person who's set up to need rescuing and doesn't really do anything significant on her own, and I largely agree with that assessment. I don't like it when they create characters and their only justification for existing is to be rescued later. They don't really have anything else that they do for their characters or do for the story. Obviously, she's important to the story for reasons that they invented, but ultimately, I don't think that she did anything very, very helpful. They said right part outside casino. There's a casino in this? What? What? I want to see that. Do we cheat via the magic of save stating? Do we have poker high and low? Can we save state? Get like everything we need from the casino right now? Let's see. Fireplace in Northeast House has a seed. That looks like this. Yeah, so there's Life Seed, which we're gonna use right away. Oh, we have 9 of these? They're all going on my healer. Boy, that would have saved me in that fight, wouldn't it? Apparently we've picked up a bunch of these and we've just never used them. We'll go ahead and use Wisdom on Wayne. Body Seed, Defense up on her. We want a bulky very, very bulky character who's just never going to get killed. I'm gonna do the power seeds on Ima, just because her IP move is just so good. Mind Seed, obvious target. She has our party heal ability, and we needed to go on her. Max MP. Yeah. Speed? She doesn't need it. Wayne does. So we're good there. So there's all of our stat increase items. So they mentioned that there is a casino. Apparently, we need to go to the casino to continue the story. Before we do, though, where's the save? Or where is the church? There we go. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely exciting to have news of upcoming games, even if some of the upcoming games are going to be a while out. But yeah, considering, like, Persona 4 Revival is coming out around Wind & Waves time period, I'm probably going to prioritize Wind & Waves, and plus, because of how recent Golden was, I'm not in any hurry to play that. I can give her Ice Magic. Sleep? Could give her Defender, why not? Ooh, having that on Ima might be interesting, too. Mirror reflects magic. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty wise decision. Help. Cure one person completely. Yeah, she's the only one that can do the party heal move, which is the reason why it's so important she lives. In fact, with the extra intelligence, she might start healing more than what the goddess spell can do. Do I have anything that will increase her magic? Like any, like, a staff weapon that increases her spell casting value more than another one. Nope, 214 still. Nothing to it. Oh well, no worries. Let's I was promised a casino. Let's go to the casino. Let's have some fun. Right part outside casino near water. That's where it was. Okay. Shoot, not again. Hey, where's my drink? Right away, sir. Oh no. What are you doing? My clothes are soaking wet now. I'm sorry. I lost because you're so dumb. I'm so sorry, sir. Shut up. How are you going to make up for it? Being a jerk again, Tack? Taking it out on a waitress just because you lost? What did you say, Ruby? She spilled beer on me. I have a right to be mad. Okay, then how about this? We play a game, and if I win, you forgive her. And if I win, I'll spend an evening with you. Really? Alright, I'll do it. Let's do a simple one. Heads or tails? Tails. No, heads! Here we go. Tails, sorry. You cheater! Like I said, you're a jerk. You're no match for me. Damn it, I'll get you next time. Thank you very much. No need to thank me. You saved me, but what if you had lost? I wouldn't lose. Huh? It's rigged, see? Both sides are tails. A true gambler is one who makes the odds in her favor. I like her. Yeah, but I don't think she'd join us so easily. So, she's a gambler. Then, I'll fight her in gambling. The Monster Track is a dangerous game that requires intelligence. Be careful. Okay, Wayne is sadly lacking in that. Please enter the Monster Track upstairs. Ooh, chest here, so it asks magic. It felt good to see Tak getting humiliated. Okay. I'm not attracted to men who are weak at gambling. What game are you playing next? The monster track? It's a really exciting one that requires both gambling and fighting skills. Okay, and she's just gonna repeat herself. That's fine. Ruby is pretty and strong. She is cool. Based waitress. Let's go upstairs. The monster track is dangerous, but it's fun. I like that you can see the letters say monster track in the background, which is pretty funny. I like it. Hey, do you want to enter in the monster track? You can register here. Enter. Hey, you're a hero. Looks like this is your first time, so I'll explain you the rules. The monster track is a game where you have to catch a specific monster in Azalus Cave. Whoever catches the monster the fastest wins. Easy, right? This time it's special, and the target is Big Mouth. A violent one with a big mouth. Be careful, or you'll be a goner. The game starts tomorrow. Azalus Cave is south of here. Good luck. Take a look at our weapons. So let's take a look at what he has. A cursed staff. What stats are prioritized? It gives 60 extra intelligence. What does Bloodstaff do, though? What's the downside? Oh, I keep typing in Runes of Lore. I need to have the legend returns. It doesn't... That's the problem, is even looking it up, it's hard to know. Unless somebody specifically makes a thread about it. Other than that, it follows typical curse rules, I'm assuming, which is that I cannot unequip it once I do equip it. Although with plus 60 intelligence, I may not want to ever unequip it. But it could get power crept at some point. We'll have to see. So Bunny Tray is going to get placed. Okay, that's a way better shield. We'll at least have it for now. Yeah, the cut shield increases attack power, but I'll be honest, we're not attacking with Day, so I don't care. Having him have more defense is just infinitely more desirable. That's the tricky part about this game, is that equipment does matter for so many of your characters, even if you know you're not going to use them. Because you never know who's going to get targeted, who you're going to be left with, and who's going to be left throwing revives when all is said and done. Long spear. Ooh, new equipment for Deckard? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do that. It's just flat out better. It's just better normal attack. Oh, wait a minute. This gives 60 defense. We're gonna lose some magic resistance, though. I want the 60 defense, though. We'll go ahead and make the purchase. And we'll leave it at that. So let's go ahead and rest at the inn, so it's the following day, and then we'll go to the cave that the game mentions. blade? A lucky sword? Is that like crit rate? What is that? See, this is why it can get overwhelming, because the game just explains so little. You need luck to get it to hit? Wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, what are they talking about? So is it like the Casey bat in Earthbound? Where, like, you get a critical hit if it hits, but if it does not hit, I bet you it is. God, this game has everything. I don't want to replace this weapon. I think they're gonna have to. At this particular point, since the leaks are out. There's the possibility they'll announce Deltarune Chapter 5. That's probably a good possibility as well. Since it's not the first time Toby has announced the existence of the next Deltarune chapter via a Nintendo Direct. There may be news on that. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else we'll get. Maybe some more information about Pokemon, since I think things had leaked about that too. Unfortunately, I have one hearing tomorrow, and it is 9 Central, 10 Eastern. The literal only time I have to worry about the Direct, and it is right then and there. So I will not be able to catch it. Let me see. So they said to the south. Okay, found it. So let's take a look at the guide. So I'm curious about the Luck Blade, because it sounds like it is a critical hit factory if it lands. Although all I'm trying to do is read a guide or read a thread where they're not really going into a whole lot of detail about what it actually does. But since they're saying, is there any way to increase the hit rate, it makes me think that this is exactly that. Yeah, so Xenogears, let me go ahead and see if I can shrink that down. I see what happened when I added book 1. It's really hard to... Let's just do SF3. Book 1. Not Boko 1. Boko is like, what, the Chocobo in FF5? So... Yeah, so it was redeemed. And I haven't played it in about 20 plus years, so I'm long overdue to play it. So I'm definitely interested in how I feel it holds up now. I felt it held up then. It is not for the faint of heart, as far as, like, length. So it's going to be a significantly lengthy stream. And part of me is wondering if I need to start part of this off-stream. Like, at least the rock, paper, scissors stuff. Like, I don't want to grind that out. I do not want to grind that out live. That's gonna be miserable. You know, at least play to where I can do rock, paper, scissors, and then, like, load up a new save, and then get to that point again, and just load up the save where I'm like, look, I did rock, paper, scissors, so now we don't have to sit through this. It's kind of how I'm thinking this needs to work. So it looks like it's a 10-floor dungeon, just like the last one. But yeah, Shining Force 3 and Xenogears is going to be a pretty stacked set of games coming up. But I hope people like Xenogears, because you're going to be seeing it for a while. Yeah, Running Wild Video redeemed it. And it is a game that I've long been meaning to replay, just never really had a good opportunity. So this is B2, which doesn't... That's not how this works. That's not how this works. First of all, this is B1, right? So if I go... Oh, wait, it's a down staircase. I thought it was an up staircase. Never mind. Proceed. Yeah, I'm thinking it'll still hold up. If nothing else, there's several of Mitsuda's tracks I recall, like Flight. Obviously, the battle theme. The ending theme is big. Very memorable. But, like, I will admit, several parts of the story have definitely faded with memory and time. Does this, so After Image and Heavy Noise are the two ancient scrolls, so if we can find those, that'll be great. Killer Armor? They probably want me to go ahead and cast spells, and I'm just not gonna do it. Bolt Boomer. It is possible to get a treasure room within a treasure room. That's the only reason I'm bothering. Like, in your head, you're thinking, they won't give it to you twice. And they actually can. I've confirmed it in the Ancient Cave. They are able to do that. It's just like the Donkey Kong Country 1 bonus stage within a bonus stage that, like, every kid didn't know about unless you found, like, this one obscure guy that mentioned you could actually do that. Because how on earth was anyone supposed to know? Who was gonna try for 3 single bananas to get the barrel? Scatter hit. I like our agility. So Absorb is terrible. Okay, she only took 16 MP. If it was the Medusa, it would have taken like 120 something. But yeah, I'm curious about the Direct. I did get a Switch 2. It is probably going to stay boxed until 2027, though, quite frankly. Just because I don't have any immediate plans for it. There's no games I have to own. But since I picked up the Pokemon anime again, and I'm current with Horizons, I am contractually obligated to play the games to keep up with the lore of the show. So, that's my reason. Is it a good reason to drop the money for a Switch 2? Probably not. At least not now. Ice Falk hits everybody. We'll try that. Oh, jeez. I didn't expect magic to be that strong. Yeah. That's part of the reason. I got the Costco bundle, you know, with the you know, good SD card for the year membership, which I can activate whenever I want. I mean, it's bad enough that these guys are, like, bulky, but they also summon? I don't like that at all. You know, they have Costco in a lot of countries. It wouldn't surprise me if it's in Canada. I don't know, because I'm in Missouri. But I would imagine there's a Canada location. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like there are Costco's in Canada. I would be shocked if there weren't any. An X potion drop is good. Yeah, no, very different very different locations from one another. But no, I'm not in Canada or I almost visited Canada on the Niagara Falls side, but my mother got sick before the vacation, so we never were able to commit to that. This would have been like pre-pandemic. A lot of damage. No. Is everyone getting oh no! This is awful. We only have 2 usable characters right now. And the enemy that casts that now has a reflect spell on, so I cannot cast magic on it. Do I have any non-group spell? Any non-group spell? I don't think I do. Help can... we actually have a spell specifically to cure numb, which is really good. It's really bad we have a situation where we have to use it. But yeah, I mean, there's very little series I keep up with now. I skipped the most recent Fire Emblem, the Engage one. Just never got around to playing it. Well, Milfish just gained 13 HP. Way to go. Jeez. It's not often a healer gets that much. And the level ups are random in this. In terms of how much you get. So we got Heavy Noise. And I skipped Mario Wonder. I skipped Echoes of Wisdom, and I graveyarded Tears, because I hated Tears of the Kingdom. But overall, it's gonna take a lot to probably make me come around to the Switch 2, because the Switch 1 is, I'm more impartial to than ever. Just with the modding community of the Switch and everything else that I'm able to do with it. Other than performance issues, I prefer it like in almost every respect to the 2 so far. Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, like, the story was weak even, like, in Conquest Fates, but I still liked it for its gameplay there, like, some of the hard difficulty that the game ultimately had. Like, oh man, that final map. What is it? Was it Takumi? Was that the archer's name in Conquest? That was a miserable map. You were basically on a time limit with how quickly you had to get through infinitely respawning enemies. You only had so many tiles to be able to stop that wave attack that would hit all of the allies. It was just, I remember it being a really rough fight. Really rough fight. I ended up having I ended up kind of cheesing that fight later on a separate playthrough, because I played through that more than once. But yeah, I do at some point want to play Engage. It's on my other Switch. It's on it. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I also still have Trails in the Sky 1 to play at some point. Just never got around to it. It's on it, just never started it. So hopefully at some point I can get around to trying that. attack the sword, and then go ahead and Ice Valk. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it eventually. I don't know if I'll stream it, though. It depends on the mood I'm in. 4 strength isn't bad for Ima. I've seen her get upwards of like 12 or 13 before. So in that sense, it's bad. Interesting. Interesting that it just has 2 actions and one of them's to heal for 100. Yeah, I don't even know time-wise how long it would take to beat Engage. I remember like playing 3 houses on the hardest difficulty, and basically it was just so easy. If you were to kind of fish max everything out, like you would just have so much. You'd be able to like max your proficiency to be able to do so many things so early in the game if you just fished. I don't know if there's any sort of similar system in Engage. I hope there isn't. If there is, it needs to be rebalanced. For sure. Let's just go down the stairs. I don't really feel like fighting any of these guys. We've kind of run into quite a number of people already. So our goal here is to fight Big Mouth. Oh, we're just 1 short for being able to do the triple attack. It is rough, though, since I no longer am equipping the buckler, the goddess buckler that increases my attack power. I'm no longer one-shotting things with my main hero, Wayne. The trade-off is he's surviving spells now, because he's not taking triple damage. Yeah, that did no damage at all to Deckard because of that 100 buff. That 100 wisdom he got from his new equipment from beating the fight we were supposed to lose. It's probably the best thing we've ever gotten from a fight we were supposed to lose in this game, considering the Buckler has a bad drawback, the Gaddis Blade has a bad drawback of not working on undead enemies, and there's just so many undead enemies in this game. Plus, it just gets power crept in general, even without the drawback. Man, I'm so excited to play Gold tomorrow. Of course, people are going to have to place their bets. Do people think I'm going to run into a shiny? I mean, do shinies exist in Gen 2? When did they start doing shinies? I actually do not know. I know Gen 1 did not, to my recollection, do that. I don't actually know what gen that it started. Was it Gen 3 that they started doing shinies? Well, I know nothing. I know so little about the games. I'm gonna have to look it up. Get introduced in Pokemon. If I had to guess, it's probably Gold. If I'm remembering from the card game, there was like Shining Magikarp, so I'm thinking it's probably Gen 2. Yeah, they are in Gen 2. Okay. Good to know. Chest. Sweet Water. Which is a healing spot in Chrono Trigger. 65 billion. I see. That makes sense. That actually makes sense. There really wouldn't have been an efficient way to show color variation in the earlier game. At least in Gen 1. So in that sense, I can completely understand that. So it's 10:20 right now. I'm actually able to go probably for another 30-40 minutes. I'm gonna try to start the gold and silver stream. Let me just make sure nobody assigned any last-minute appointments. Load my calendar, please. Okay, we're on it. Yeah, there should be no difficulty starting. There should be 0 difficulty starting. I think we'll probably even start at, like, 4 to 4:30 as a start time. Like, there's certainly not going to be starting at, like, 7 p.m. or 7:30 like we did today. Yeah, Switch 1's library, to me, was really, really good. I have a lot of games in the library itself. Let me pour some more water into my cocoa and stir. I always heap up the Dutch powder. There's no sugar in it, it's just straight cocoa powder. Which might sound dreadful to a number of you, but it's actually quite good to me. It's like eating one of those chocolate pudding cups, only you just don't have sugar. It's just like straight cocoa. But yeah, I like it, as far as the Switch 1. And it's one of those things where it's like, when I bought the modded Switch 1, well, it wasn't modded. It was a Gen 1 that could be modded without having to do like any sort of hardware. It was like one of the initial lines. I was worried it was gonna be like me getting Wyvern Tails and me getting what do you call it? The Lynx adapter for the analog pocket to be able to play Atari Lynx games. I was worried it was going to be like a one-trick pony. I'm only doing this for Origami King, and it's going to be like a complete waste of money, and it's just not going to be able to justify its existence, and I'm so glad I'm wrong. Because between that and Dragon Quest X, like Dragon Quest X and having a Switch was a godsend. Being able to have a portable way to play translated Dragon Quest X was amazing. Was so awesome when it came to any sort of grinding and everything else. It is 100% unequivocally going to be the game of the year for me, unless Shining Force 3 does something obscenely crazy. Because like I gave Dragon Quest X a 91. I can't really go much higher than that. Given the fact that formulaically the first part of the game was very, very much, so much of the game is tied towards quest completion, but the game allows you to dabble in so many things without you breaking it. I've said it before, but like one of the biggest things that I hate in RPGs is playing something and enjoying it, so you dabble with the side content, and then once you finish with the side content, you slap a boss 2 times and it dies. And you're like, why am I being punished for liking you? Why would you do this to me? And Dragon Quest X's not that game. It just isn't that game. If you play it on hard mode, it's legitimately a challenge the whole way through. You can grind up every class, get every class bonus that modifies with everything else. And between that and everything else I've been able to do with this this first run Switch, it is more than justified its existence. So I'm really happy with it. Now oh no, well actually, oh that's a really mean trap, because there's no way to get those 4 chests no matter what you do. Oh well, I guess we're just not doing it. Of all the luck that there'd be a floor trap like that. Literally nothing you can do to get the chest then. I probably, if they announce another Smash Brothers, I'm not gonna get it unless there's like some kind of an adventure mode. I mean, Subspace Emissary was like so amazing to me on Brawl. I kind of want another thing like that. Just kind of like a nonsense team-up story for all of these different characters. But I can also, on the other hand, I also get it. Like, there are so many characters in Smash now, being able to do that with all of the different characters now would be really challenging to do. I still want them to do it. That's what it's gonna take for me to buy another Smash Brothers game. I don't have a schedule to be able to play Smash Brothers or get into that anymore. Like, being able to, like, I basically exhausted so much free time just on Dragon Quest X when it was in my roster. Like, almost every waking moment was spent playing that. Good times. No regrets about that. I do think it is a shame, though, we're not able to get the other stuff offline. Just because they really had a good system going with it. All they needed to do is just, for the next game, if they were to do, like, Wave 3 of the content, they would just need to have a quest that would raise your level cap from 99 to, like, 120 or something. Just like they let you raise the level cap from 70 to 99 once you went from Wave 1 to Wave 2. And then have corresponding new abilities for different classes that are leveled to that degree. And it's just, you know, it's just what they have with the panels and everything else is just so good. It's just such an interesting way to play a Dragon Quest game, because it's not... You know, you can unlock all the panels. In Dragon Quest XI, that would be it. You just unlock the panels, you're done. But here, you get to choose what panels you evolve and, like, power up with the different plates and everything else. And I really thought that that was an interesting choice. Really liked it. But anyway, we're not done with that Switch, though. We'll play another game on it. I just have to figure out what game I want it to be. The only game I'm playing off-stream, I've played 2 games off-stream on it. One of them was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, which there's probably better ways to play it than on the Switch, to be quite honest. Probably better off just getting the PlayStation version or something else. But that's been pretty fun. And then Princess Peach Showtime, which I have been very, very slow to play. Because it's not very good. It's just not that great. I don't like the fact that if you miss, like, one of those little shine things, you have to redo the entire level. You can't just, like, quick travel to that one particular spot. Especially since a lot of the level is, like, tied to, like, cutscenes, so you can't just, like, speed run to, like, the next section. You have to wait until this scene plays out and this thing happens, and it's just a little exhausting, kind of sitting through all of that. So you basically kind of have to have a guide ready to go about, like, where all of this stuff is located, so you don't have to risk playing through the entire, you know, level all over again. Another X potion. Melphus gained 8 more HP. They gain 10 strength. I don't know what he's going to do with it since we aren't really attacking with him, but he's got it. She has, with all of the life seeds we've used on her, she has 282 attack. Excuse me, 282 HP, which is insane. Keeping in mind we took off the plus 100 HP giant ring to replace it with a sanity ring to keep her from being confused, because we don't want our best healer to be confused. We just don't want that at all. We're almost at the boss floor, by the way, so I think it's only a 10-floor dungeon, and we're on like floor 8. There's the next floor. Quick sweep of the perimeter here. Oh, a heal spot. That was worth uncovering. Oh, no, we're done. Okay, so let's see. Who's the boss, and do we need to steal from the boss? Okay. Boss uses status attacks. Say no more. So there's a save room. Okay, we found it. So Rocket Ring, Mind Seed, and High Power Ring. So what is Rocket Ring? Become quicker. It seems to be better than the Jet Ring. Oh yeah, it's better. It's better than the Jet Ring. What is Chill Ring? I mean, I'll just replace the we'll just replace the Chill Ring. Okay. So what's everyone's agility? So Deckard is almost as fast as Day, which is crazy. And of course, Melphis with the cat ring has 420 agility. So she is more than ready to go here. Let's go ahead and save. Let's take the fight. Let's kind of wind things down. I still have to play the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons. Like, that's the other thing. I have not done any of those either. Now, nope, and I've made that comparison as well. That's literally her name, and I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I don't know how else you're supposed to say Melphis here. But that's another game where you can win an unwinnable fight, because you can beat Melphis in fight 1. And I have. I know somewhere in my clips is me literally grinding stat seeds until I gave someone, like, I think max agility, so you could see them, like, zipping around the map. Like, Ryudo was, like, I think it's, like, it might even be called, like, Ryudo the Hedgehog. I don't remember what I called it because it was, like, he's so fast. The big mouth! Oh, you got here pretty quickly. You're not bad. But you're too late. I'm taking the big mouth. Well, now you can't leave, idiot. Huh? Oh, that wasn't you. Okay. Hey, Ruby, how's it going? Great as usual, Tack. Stop acting so strong. There's explosives under you, too. If I give the sign, you'll fall right into the nest of the big mouth. Oh, that's quite a setup. Yeah, I'll do anything to make you mine. Including blow you up with dynamite, I guess. Who says that'll be yours? Are you drunk this early in the morning? Sure, I had a drink. It's my victory wine. Then you must have gone insane from drinking too much. Oh, she's good. Don't you be laughing. Ruby's life is in my hands. Wayne, do you mind if I go smack some sense into that fool? Please be my guest. Don't make a move. I'll make it explode. What a loser. Now, Ruby, I'll ask you once more, be mine. It'll be more of a disgrace to be your woman than to be eaten by the big mouth. Give it up already. We'll see about that. No, no. Look, she literally said, "I'd rather be eaten by the big mouth," and she jumped in its mouth. That's not. I mean, I understand. I thought she was just making verbal sparring. I didn't think she'd actually do it. Oh, okay. She's fine. Why? Too bad, Tack. I don't quite understand why, but I guess we have no reason to hesitate now. Alright, Ima. Shall we go get him? Let's do it! Whoa, wait a second. There's nowhere to run. Damn. He sure knows how to run. Wah. Wayne, the enemy's raiding. It's really mad. That's fine. Alright. My goodness. That is quite a design. We're gonna go ahead and drive. Then we'll do jump slash. We're just gonna go straight to really damaging the heck out of this guy. So jump slash, 711. Drive did 507. It's gonna do less damage than normal because we're not using the buckler anymore. We have foregone using it. Bite? Well, that just outright killed Deckard. That's not a status move. But that's the beauty. Oh, and we have our 9th member. Looks like she's there in the corner. I didn't see her there. So there, that must be Tack. That's the beauty of a game with 9 characters. You know they're going to try to kill off many of your characters. And you have to use whoever's left to try to scrounge out some victory. What do you have? You have double up. If successful, damage increases. Curse dice. Receive damage to raise allies' power. Damage dice receive damage to attack monsters. Don't fully know what that means. I guess it's a random amount of damage you might end up taking. I am going to go ahead and try to revive Deckard. We'll cast Deckard on... we'll cast Deckard. We'll cast Defender on whoever else is alive. Smelly Breath. Ooh, Marlborough. That's multiple status ailments on everybody. And that row. So that entire row can't even take a turn right now. I kind of want to heal Deckard, though. Not gonna lie. And that's what we'll do. Hold gaze, so it's going to be paralysis on the entire front row. This is fine. Randolph will go ahead and use split attack. But Melphis... we'll have her use release to cure the paralysis on everybody, and she'll get priority over that. Granted, we still have 2 people asleep. Mysterious Bubble to lower its defense. Bite on who? The only character... oh, he lived! Can't believe he lived. I was expecting it to do like 500 something like last time. Let's see how much, just for curiosity, how much Champion X does now. It did 170 before we used all of our seeds. And we'll go straight to Scatter Hit. I'm hoping it's going to heal like in the 200s, but it might be like 190 or something. It's healing less. Now, why would it do that? Did the other staff I have just do better healing? For some reason? Anyway, we beat the boss. There's Cena's level. Whew, it was really strong. You're telling me. Oh, looks like you've beaten me this time. Sorry, you got to the big mount first, though. It's all right. I don't know why I called her attack. It was clearly Ruby. It's all right. I was just out of luck this time. Why did you enter in such a dangerous game? I wanted you to join us. Why? I like the way you helped out that waitress. That's all? Yeah, that's all. You must be stupid. I really would like to know why everyone tells me that all the time. Why do you need more people? You seem to have enough already. There's an enemy that we have to defeat. It must be a strong enemy. Yeah, he's insanely strong. What will you get from beating him? Anything. After all, the enemy is a Sinistral. What? We've already beaten 2 of them. 2 Sinistrals? Yeah. I've met many people, but you are really something else. You think so? But I like you. It's interesting that a Sinistral is the enemy. I'd love to know how the god will play his cards. Then will you? I'm Ruby. Nice to meet you. I'm Wayne. I'm Cena. I'm Day. Let's play cards sometime. I'm Ima. Pleased to meet you. My name is Randolph. I'm Melphis. I'm Deckard. I like to play cards too. Moo. This is Moose. Say hi. Moo. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Hey, can I ask you something? Why did the big mouth spit you out? I had this. What is that? Achoo. Achoo. Is that pepper? Bingo. I hit the big mouth with this. Wow, you're well prepared. A true gambler is someone who turns the odds in your own favor. Impressive. Let's go back to the town. You are the winners of the monster track. You're going to get a lot of prize money. Alright. I think some of the things I couldn't equip on any... Ooh. It's one of those games, again, where we have a party member after a gap space. We saw this with Randolph and Melphis, where we had Randolph first, and then Melphis came in and filled the empty slot. Let's see here. I mean, we've done every side quest once they've been offered, so I don't think we've missed a character in that regard. In any event, she has the Razor card equipped. She can equip the Bunny Blade. Could she equip the Bloody Manicure? She can. It's extremely strong, but I want to know what the drawback is. One moment. This was one of the items we got in the Ancient Cave, by the way. It doesn't... It doesn't say if there's a drawback. It may... To be quite frank, people may not even know if there's a drawback. But even if there is, look at the stat I'm not looking at. Look at her HP. It goes up by 200 just by equipping it. So I was looking at the attack and the critical hit, but her HP is going to go up 200 points. I mean, even if I don't use her, like here's my justification. Even if I don't attack with her, having her have 383 HP is invaluable for fights. So we'll equip that. Okay, so I can unequip it, so it's not cursed. It's just a really, really, really good item. Let's go ahead and see if we can put anything else on her. We'll put the mini shield on first, unless it's a two-handed weapon. It is not, so we'll give her a shield. Mage shield. 210. We'll give her... Oh, the bunny tray works. So 240. And that's the best shield she'll have access to. Okay, 7 extra defense from that. White helm. Oh, geez, yeah. Let's put that on Randolph immediately. Okay. Armor. She's pretty good armor-wise right now. The China skirt is just better. She has a lucky earring on. We'll give her something else. We just have to figure out what that something else is. That's 20 defense. Which is why, I mean, the high power ring is just going to be better. Because it's all of that and speed. And increased attack. Okay, so that's that. We found a speed seed. Let's read the guide here. It's 10:47. We'll start slowly winding things down here. So we're going to go back to Redwood. And then Ladoc's Mansion is the next place, and thankfully, we actually, I think, created a warp spot there. So we can actually warp there after we go back to Redwood. Pretty awesome that we have 9 characters now. And it seems like we'll have the ability to have even more than that. So we may have to start rotating people out. Ooh, that absorb kind of sucks. I am going to defend with everybody else and have Ruby attack with her Manicure weapon. 236. Definitely strong. Is it strong enough for her to take front row status, though? Here's the other thing. What IP skills does she get? What can she learn? Boy, not a lot. Where is Ruby? Can Ruby learn anything? Okay, stealth hit. So it is a damage times 2 move. She needs to be in a stronger... She needs to be in a different row to learn this, though. Let me see if I can move her to the front. She should learn this once I move her to the front, then. So let's try... position. let's try moving you here. Okay, let's check a couple of things. So, I'm assuming that means now she can learn it? Oh, she only has 8 of the yellow now. One moment. Oh. Well, we can fix that pretty easily, can't we? So Stealth Hit is now available for Ruby. That's the only thing she can learn out of this entire lot. Wow. We can double kick for Deckard. Alright, I'm liking this arrangement, though, position-wise, because for the first time, we have somebody in the back row that can survive if the back row gets nuked. At least HP-wise, they should be able to. We have a pretty good frontline crew here, except there's only one downside here that makes me reluctant. Her defense sucks. She absolutely needs every bit of that HP the Bloody Manicure gave her. Quite frankly, I don't know how she's going to be able to tank much of anything. Deckard's not really leading the pack much better. Eventually I'm going to have to replace the crown and take a stat penalty, but that's okay. So let's go to the casino and claim our reward. It was a good game today. I feel great. I am Laydock, the promoter of this monster track. First, here's your prize of 20,000 gold, and I'll also give you the chest sonar. It lets you know how many treasure boxes are on that floor. I'm impressed that you were able to beat that big mouth. Please come to my house. I want to hold a feast for you. My house is on the other side of Azulus Cave. I'll be off then. I'll look forward to seeing you at the feast. Ha 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 ha! What should we do, Wayne? Well, he gave us money, so we may as well go say hello. Okay. Alright, so stats right now. Yeah, some people do need to have their, do need to heal. So it's 5 gold to stay at this inn, which is nuts. Compared to the other one that was 200. Oh, there's a dragon egg here, so we'll need that. Yeah, it looks like we have a dungeon coming up. How many sections does Chapter 4 have? Looks like we're going to 4.7. Looks like 18. So out of the 4, we're in 4.7. 4.18 would end Chapter 4. Chapter 5 has... Let me see. Chapter 5 has 6 subparts. So we're getting close. We're getting close. I would say probably within probably another 2 streams. Now, that's not including, like, any post-game stuff or other things, like, we might end up having to do. That might obviously be increased. Let me just check one thing here. Alright, one thing, we're about to end the stream. I want to make sure I have a continent here. On my work list. Okay, I see. So when is... Scroll back up. I see. Okay, so it's not going to be until the end of Chapter 4 I can do subquest 4. That's fine. That is fine. That's all I needed to know, is whether it was a place that was on my quest list. We've been live for over 3 hours. Technically, we've been live for even longer than that, but because we ran into a battery issue, we had to stop our stream and restart it. So we've actually been live, well over 3 hours, well over 3.5. So we're going to go ahead and go to the end here, and I already did that. We'll just go save. And we'll end our stream there. It was a little bit slower in the progress towards the beginning, since I did have to take some fights. Which I couldn't do on stream, or excuse me, couldn't do off stream because I was still in the ancient cave. So now that that's been taken care of and completed, looks like we are done here. So I appreciate everybody stopping by. Pokemon Gold tomorrow. Get excited. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to figuring out what we actually are going to do in the game, what order we're going to go to gym leaders, and what deviations. I'm assuming I'll know a lot about what gym leaders are going to have, which Pokemon just based off of the anime. Like, I'm pretty sure Whitney's absolutely going to have a Miltank, if the anime is any indication, because that was one of the gym battles that Ash actually lost. It looked like Ash was going to sweep her without losing any Pokemon, and then she reverse sweeped and won 3-0 with her Miltank and rolled out and killed everybody on Ash's team, and then they had that one redemption fight after that, where it was just basically 3 of Ash's Pokemon to beat 1 Miltank, and then got the badge. Just from that one battle, even though it wasn't an official gym battle. But I'm assuming I'll have some knowledge over who's going to be, who effectively is going to be fought, and like what Pokemon they might end up having. But in any event, thanks everybody for stopping by, and hope everybody has a good rest of your evening. Good luck those of you who are able to catch the Direct with having the games you want in it be actually in it. I'll have to find out after the fact, though. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful night.